Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing the Ringleader, who unfortunately perished on Hardcore Perendus and is now back in the Standard League. Due to, well, partially just me playing too aggressively and partially because Izaro is just such an annoying bugger to fight against. So, last episode we did the labyrinth again on standard and we actually managed to survive all the way to the end this time. So as a result we now have spent our 4 points to get versatile combatant. So our block chance now also applies to spells, and if you look under defense you see that both our chance to block attacks and spells is 49%, and that's just the base level. If we get hit, we get 8% on top of it. If Tempest Shield kicks in, we get another 3%. So, in the middle, in the heat of battle, we should be getting 60% chance to block both attacks and spells, making us rather tanky on top of all the other tricks, like having a bunch of armor, having life regen, maxed out resistances, and possibly some endurance charges whenever I think to do the war cries. That said, this is probably going to be the last episode of this specific character, because I want to see how the spell block works. So we're going to go and fight Malachai in complete cruel difficulty. After that, the next episode, we're actually going to start a new duelist on Perendus Hardcore. A viewer, actually that was Corwin, who left a comment basically notifying me that Facebreakers are really not that expensive on Perendus Hardcore. In fact, you can actually get a lot of them for less than 1 chaos. So I followed the link he sent to PoE.trade, and indeed there were a lot of Facebreaker gloves available. So I actually bought one, so I think that's my very first official trade in Path of Exile. And I bought a Facebreakers that has 20% less damage than what I'm currently using. But it's still pretty good. And that for 1 chaos. And the entire experience was really smooth. So, thanks for the tip. And next episode we're going to be starting. So Facebreakers is a level 16 item. So it's probably going to be until Merveil or just after Merveil when we can actually equip it. And we'll be leveling with Infernal Blow, which you already saw me use in the labyrinth in the previous episode, and it's gonna be hilarious. And without further ado, let's continue. Let's get some closure by defeating Malachai, finishing up Cruel, and then we will continue on. Start the game anew. And take some of the lessons learned. A very important lesson I've learned is defense, defense, defense. Because most of the time you are fighting, you're surrounded by a huge group of monsters that are now actually allies. And that grants you a lot of safety, but in the Izaro fight, all of that safety is just stripped away and you are left there all alone. And you have to fend for yourself. So in terms of build plan, I might make a couple of adjustments to maybe go for a life and mana leech a bit earlier. So that by the time we do get Dominating Blow at level 28, we actually have some leech going on to compensate for the pretty crazy mana requirements of that skill. And as before, I'll keep Infernal Blow, and we'll use that as our second skill. And we might even just set up 2 4-links, so we can just use both skills at the same time. And then maybe I'll drop Conversion Trap or something like that. Maybe do something with my passive setup. That's one of the big challenges of this build, because you're lacking a weapon. And later on, if you equip the Bringer of Rain, you also lack a body armor. It puts some constraints on what you can do, and you really are forced to weigh how useful every single skill is. And I like to just pick a bunch of skills. So having to bring a less... it forces me to make better choices. And probably will make me a better player as well. Because it just forces me to focus. And I hope I can share that journey with you. So, 35 of the buggers. 32. Okay, there's a lot of health bars around that we can't really do anything with. Let's see if we can show mini life bars on allies. If we hide those, then they no longer show. We do see our own still. But then we do see enemies. So if they got red health bars, we know they are hostile. You can almost look at it as a to-do list. If you see red bars, you click them until they disappear. Then you can just look at these conversion crosses as if they were check marks. Like, tink, got you. Ooh, a rare. Immune to curses, but I don't actually use any, so sucks to be you. You don't get any benefit from that. Well, neither do I, though. Not using curses. But something about space in the builds. That's a very fast moving rare. I want you in my collection. Come on, don't be shy, don't run away. Join the group. Bugger. Someone else got it. That's the one downside. If you're not fast enough, you might not end up charming them. Okay, you. Yes, we got it now. We got it good. There's a shrine up here. Massive shrine. That means more AoE. Look at the conversions, just how far they reach. If you're not gonna go for a bringer of rain, something like a carcass jack might not be a bad idea either. Oh, that 20% extra radius is probably gonna be pretty good for you. Oh, of course, it's evasion energy shield, which is not really what we're going for here. On the other hand, we're not going dodge, so the energy shield is not completely wasted. It's just that it doesn't get any more bonuses, so it's suboptimal. So eventually you'll probably want 1 or 2 hybrid pieces with this. So, hybrid armor evasion. Because I actually had a look at the skill tree, and a lot of the armor nodes in the duelist area, you get evasion with it for free as well. And eventually you'll branch out to the Marauder and the Templar areas, and you get some more bonuses to armor and actually some evasion as well, or some energy shields. But that's very minor. But if you get more than 100% to your evasion, you might as well want to have a couple of hybrid armor bits just so you boost your evasion and get some nice chance to evade attacks. Currently I'm at 20%. No, 16% right now. I think at some point it was 22%. Can we jump this? That would be fun. Yes, it's ours. Cool. Okay. Need more enemies. But so far things have been feeling rather stable. Not really taking a lot of damage. Okay, let's check out the top side here. No, that's just closed. Then it's probably gonna be all the way down here. Luckily we can do our shield charge to move around quickly. The bowels of the beast. Oh, hello there, Piety.
You're so cute when you're bewildered.
Yeah, I probably should have switched, but yeah. Oh. Can I charm these? Oh, I can charm these. Never really actively realized that there's minions here, because most of the time Piety dies rather quickly in most of my builds. But oh, dealing with a single powerful target is still biggest weakness of my current setup. I'm not quite sure if that's because I just need to pump my damage more, as in just better rings and such. Okay, I will just stand on this side, just tank through it. Okay, we can just tank through it. This does nothing. Okay, that worked.
I knew I could rely on you.
Is she trying to hit on me?
That's twice now I've experienced a little death with you, duelist. This time it was just the rude awakening I needed. When we shared our moment back in the Lunaris temple, part of me wishes I'd died at your feet as intended. The little girl within me that shies from darkness. It was Malachai who reached out to me.
Okay, that's just a regular one. Okay. It's been a while since I played the duelist, so I never really realized some of the conversations were just tailored to the duelist.
This thing gets more twisted with every step I take.
So having the skill, your dominating blow skill, use this much mana in a fight where there's nothing really to dominate. Well, there were some eye things to dominate, but no, it would be very convenient if you had just 2 skills for combat. Rather than having to actually switch to the infernal blow by just swapping out gems. Because that's a bit tedious. Also not something you're gonna do in the middle of combat, so you have to pick something beforehand. And same with the Malachai fight later on. He'll actually be summoning those zombies. Would be good to see if we can charm him. I think they will be, because they're just regular white zombies if I am correct. Okay, ooh, hey, fierce reflect. Completely not impressive though. Okay, there's the waypoint. Hello there, Piety. So, first up, we go this way. Deal with bugger number 1. Let's take the proper direction though. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, I think if we prioritize leech a bit earlier, then it's gonna be a lot easier to work with this. So then you can drop the rallying cry, can drop the clarity. Speaking of clarity, I forgot to actually enable this. Might explain why mana was going down a bit faster than I remembered it. No, we're not running hatred, we're doing clarity and determination. The thing is, if you're not running clarity, then you actually have some mana left for other purposes. Okay, let's go through. Hello there, Doitry. Let's just pick one side rather than all three. Yeah. Still use quite a bit of mana. Even though we're actually temp chained. Oh, we used to be. Because then you attack slower, of course. Okay, you. Come on, stand still. Stand still and die. So one advantage of triggering your block relatively often is that Reckoning will kick in quite a bit as well. See, every 0.4 seconds basically is if I'm under constant attack, then every 0.4 seconds I'll get hit by it. Boom. Do it with madness. Malachai's lungs.
I word of what you said, Doedri. That's probably good.
Okay, here you got more minions. Let's rush back. Yeah. Okay, go through here, bounce through there. In hindsight, I probably should have portaled out. Emptied my pockets. And then made a tour of the other side. Well, that's one organ. Hello there. Minion for the next battle. So I've got Reckoning linked with life gain on hit or... Oh, and it's an AoE skill. When you get surrounded by mobs, it's a pretty decent way to regain some life. Here, snaky, snaky, snaky. Come on. Yes, you. Gotta catch them all. Chevron, Chevron of Umbra.
Simply gorgeous.
Okay. Wait, she killed my golem. Bugger. Stop killing my golem. Again? Come on. Be nice to the golem. What's my golem ever done to you? Well, good thing is that we do grind her down. Life doesn't really move all that much. It's just a slow and steady grind to kill her. Which means by just focusing on obtaining better items to boost our damage, we can actually improve the damage output of this build. And upgrading a 5 link would probably be useful as well. Or upgrading to the Bringer of Rain, which is going to be 6 more levels. Of course, when we start over, we'll have to wait all the way to level 67. But it's gonna be worth it just to do the journey. And also, this is standard. I don't know. I don't gain any achievements or anything from playing here, and I do wanna get those 36 achievements to get that portal. Also, this one is gonna explode in my face. But if I'm not playing on Apprentice Hardcore, then I'm not gonna, or not in the Apprentice League at least, then I'm not gonna gain any achievements. And I still need to defeat Malachai on Merciless, and defeat Azaro on Merciless, and get level 90, get one more Master to level 5. It's all the low-hanging fruit. After that, the achievements are gonna be a bit trickier.
Open up.
Okay, let's actually drink a potion. He does a lot of chaos damage, which is annoying. Those mines of his. You can block what you want, but
In motion.
at some point you are gonna need to heal. Ah, this of course. My mana flask. Every time I hit him, I gain some life.
Art in motion. You're the greatest
Okay.
form I never sculpted.
Take comfort, Malachai. An artist's work is always work.
Empty our pockets, and then we go for Malachai.
What do you want?
So let's see. Whole bunch of chromatic items, more chromatic items, more chromatic items. Pretty good score, 7 chromatics.
Go where you are needed.
And then put this in the sorting bin. Time to deal with Malachai. Yeah. So, let's see. We have an instant heal. We have some bleeding removal. We have our mana flask, granite flask, silver flask. I think we are good. Also, let's resample golem. We are gonna go with dominating blow. It's the synergy with Survey's last breath for some healing is pretty good.
What a pleasure to find
And I really want to see what we can do with his minions, with the zombies, and maybe also with these fleshworm things.
Let us bathe you in blood, duelist, so that this world might be bathed in glory.
Bathed in glory. This all falls under the heading, this might take a while.
Embrace the future!
Yes, yes. See, we're converting worms. We got 17 minions. I don't see them, but we got them. We managed to block that. Do it with Piety. Yeah, of course, because Piety is the real opponent here.
Embrace the future!
Okay, take her down to half.
What?
Okay. Focus again on him. Also,
Die and be reborn!
let's not, please.
Embrace the future! Die and be reborn!
I don't really want to be reborn, because that means dying, and dying seems so painful. Let's see, halfway through, that means Piety. Golem. Why do you like my golem so
Embrace
much?
the future!
Also, we had the Piety Chaos Cloud, we had his tentacle portal thingamajig, and I think the spell block there really did help a lot. Okay, and that is Piety. There's a grand finale. And the touch of death. Okay. Well, goodbye, Piety.
Now, let us see if you truly understand
Might seem slightly heartless,
what it
but
means to be
yeah.
nightmare.
Never really liked her anyway. Boy. Yeah. Yes, we
are
can
being
convert
selfish.
zombies. Yeah, we can. Yes, we can.
Accept the gift of
Okay,
immortality.
first heart. So let's renew the golem. An interesting bit is the zombies are piling up around us.
Selfish.
Also, there's some blood under my feet, I think. Okay, we got a heart. Yep, hello there. Okay, let's not stand in your tentacles, please. Yeah, playing this as a way more of a tank rather than a build that you want to play aggressively. You know, the determination versus hatred trade-off for your aura. This is way more solid. Also the spell block, it does help of course because you're taking a lot less damage. Probably should have wanted to run away from that explosion, but yeah. Okay, that's 50%, so another heart. Take out the heart. I'm slowly just converting. Oh, there's a couple of zombies running about. They occupy Malachai and the other zombies. So from that perspective, it's pretty good to just have some casual minion charming over here. Okay, let's see if we can get him down to half again. Then he'll pop his final heart. Hello, right? Oh, there. Yes, yes. Okay, shield charge behind him. Well, shield charge is actually, it's really growing on me as a movement skill. Okay, down to a quarter, final heart. No, still need to, yes. Now
is the true eternal.
Nightmare is the true eternal. Well, that's not a very positive outlook on life. Okay. So degen of course does not get stopped by spell block because it's, well, degen. So you still have to keep an eye out for the puddles that he throws down in the final stage. We summon the golem of course to counteract all that degen. And we're just gonna continue our merry way. Ow. Okay, and we'll pop back. Oh yeah, stop throwing stuff at me. Let's just fight this. No, honorable men. Let's make it into a duel. I'm a duelist after all. Okay, there's some degen going on. So my golem is gone. Buggers. Stop eating my golem. Thank you. Yes. And there it is. Malachai Ascension. So this is the first time I actually complete Cruel on standard difficulty, because of course I never actually play there. Split. Oh, little bit of biddies. And that is, as they say, it. We can talk to the ladies over here. And they'll be very grateful and thankful and give some stuffs. Increase duration. That's potentially interesting to link with the dominating blow chain. So your minions are gonna last even longer. Seems useful. And then onwards to the Twilight Strand in Merciless. And contrary to my experiences very early in the Perandus League. There's no crashes here. Excellent. Boom. Alright.
Even the dead rise to challenge me here.
Haha. Charmed him. But that's it for this episode. I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. You could almost say this is a taste of what's to come. This is what we're gonna work towards. It's a bit unorthodox, but honestly, I wasn't really planning on dying in the second episode of the series. So, yeah, next episode we're gonna start back at level 1, and in the usual style, we're probably gonna blitz through the early bits of the game and then make it to the final parts of the game where things get more interesting and more challenging. So I hope you'll join me again next time. Bye bye.